Is anyone here nervous to have this conversation?
Yes.
Always, always.
Slightly? Why?
It always feels like it's not possible to do it all the time or to get it right.
Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety around this.
Because it's the hardest topic to talk about.
And I know that every single word I choose has the potential to hurt someone I love.
It's one of the hardest conversations to have, and yet these four women, 2 Jewish and 2 Muslim Americans, agreed to do it, to sit down together in partnership with an interfaith group called New Ground and talk face-to-face about the war in Israel and Gaza.
So let's go around in a circle and have each of you tell me an adjective to describe how you've been feeling the past 2 months.
Shattered.
Lonely.
In deep pain.
Nauseous.
Sick to your stomach, truly.
All the time.
It's hard to eat well. It's hard to sleep. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Just holding her brings me to tears. It's just a reminder of the fragility of life and of what we have and what we love.
Sumaya Abu Bakr is a Yemeni American, Aziza Hassan a Palestinian American, both Muslim. Sitting across is Rabbi Tova Leibovich Douglas and Andrea Hodis, both Jewish. A table divided by faith, but bonded over a shared hope for peace.
Were any of you surprised by the attacks on October 7th?
I would say I was very surprised and still am surprised by October 7th and still, I don't know why, still surprised by the reaction to October 7th.
I've been watching what's been going on in the West Bank with settler violence and with the IDF, and I could see that something was going to blow up. But I didn't have any idea it was going to be what it was.
I felt like I was punched in the gut. Like things have been mounting over time for a really long time. And that's part of why it's so important to find a way through this.
One thing the women do agree on is the feeling that they're forced to choose a side.
My people are the Jewish people, but also I see the children in Gaza. I see the people in Palestine, and I feel their pain as well. And the question is, can we hold the multiple truths, and can we feel each other's pain? Even saying this out loud, am I going to be shunned, canceled from people in my life?
For saying what?
Just that I care about all people.
Andrea, do you feel like there's a place or space to critique Israel?
Depends on what arena you're in. The world right now is asking us to step into a zero-sum identities, and that is really dangerous. I think this is one of the things that I'm finding hardest, is we were getting to a place where I think Jews were really ready to listen to Palestinian narratives. And I wanted that so much, because I know that it's what Jews need also.
I couldn't agree more that when trying to understand is different than justifying, it's trying to understand.
But finding understanding is harder when even words hold different meanings for different people. Take, for instance, just the word Israel.
Israel is a lot of things to me. I see the creation of Israel as a trauma response to real trauma. What I'm grappling with is that Israeli and Jewish aspirations for safety do not have to come at the cost of the oppression and subjugation of another people. And the aspirations for safety and dignity that the Palestinian peoples aspire for themselves cannot come at the cost of the oppression and subjugation of another people.
When I think of Israel, I really think of my grandparents, because they survived the Holocaust and they moved to mandate Palestine, and they helped start the state of Israel. It's what saved them, and I know it's what saved many Jewish people.
When it comes to media coverage, Aziza tells us she thinks coverage has often been skewed in support of Israel.
What really strikes me is I've been seeing images of hostages and hearing stories about their families. And the part that really feels like it's missing on the coverage piece is Palestinians don't have names. I mean, maybe they have a name. Maybe sometimes there's maybe an age or maybe an occupation, but the stories of those people are totally missing.
We then move on to the protests taking over college campuses, and one chant often heard at pro-Palestinian rallies.
When I first heard it, it meant that people are okay with Israel not existing. If I'm being honest, I wish it wasn't the chant being chanted, because I think it's quite triggering to hear. And I think a lot of people don't know what it means.
But for Aziza, who told us she does not use that chant, it's about understanding that it's her people's homeland too.
From the river to the sea, all should be free. But all should be seen.
That chant works for me. I just want to share that with you. I so value you and appreciate you and feel love for you and see you. Specifically want to say that to you too.
Through this conversation, a moment of compassion and understanding.
Okay, now we can all cry.
Despite different faiths and different perspectives, these women showing that through dialogue and an open mind, there can be common ground.
And Liz joins us now from Los Angeles. Liz, such a powerful conversation. How hard was it to get these women to sit down together? And what do you think they learned and hope others will learn?
Yeah, Erin, we're so grateful to these women for doing this. It wasn't easy to get them together. Our producer, Beta, first reached out to this interfaith group, Newground, a week after the October 7th attacks. It took until now for these women to feel comfortable enough to do this. And even so, at times during our conversation, they were pretty guarded, worried that they were going to offend the other. But at the end, it was actually really heartwarming to see when they were outside. They wanted to keep talking, and they did. And it showed me, it showed them, and they hope, hopefully, our viewers, the power of listening to someone who thinks differently than you, that ultimately we may all have more in common than we might think. Erin.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.